In this video, you'll learn why a TCP connection running on a 1 gigabit per second network might achieve only a fraction of that speed, even when there is no congestion and the network is functioning perfectly. We'll understand the limitation of the traditional TCP window size, why that limitation becomes a problem on modern networks, how window scaling solves it, and how this feature is negotiated during the TCP three-way handshake. If you're not familiar with TCP window size, I've included a video link in the description where I explain it in detail. Understanding that concept first will make this topic much easier to follow. Now let's get started with our detailed technical exploration. When two devices communicate using TCP, data does not flow without limits. The receiving device has a finite amount of memory available to temporarily store incoming data. To prevent that memory from becoming full, the receiver continuously informs the sender how much additional data it can accept. The sender must respect that limit. This advertised value is known as the receive window. As long as the sender stays within the advertised window, data can continue flowing smoothly without overwhelming the receiving side. So far, everything sounds straightforward. However, there is an important limitation. The window size field inside the TCP header is only 16 bits long. Because of that, the largest value it can represent is 65,535 bytes, which is approximately 64 kilobytes. Years ago, this wasn't a major issue because networks were much slower. But today's networks are capable of transferring huge amounts of data every second. And that's where the limitation becomes visible. Let's understand this with an example. Imagine a network capable of running at 1 gigabit per second. Now suppose the receiver advertises the maximum possible window, which is approximately 64 kilobytes. This means the sender can have only about 64 kilobytes of unacknowledged data in transit at any given time. It must pause and will wait for an acknowledgement. Think of it like a highway. It is a wide multi-lane road. Packets are vehicles traveling on that highway. The receive window determines how many vehicles are allowed to be on the road simultaneously. Without window scaling, only a relatively small number of vehicles can enter the highway, even though the road itself may have space for many more. As a result, much of the available capacity remains unused. This is inefficient. Now let's see why latency makes this problem even more significant. Assume the round-trip time between the sender and receiver is 100 milliseconds. Round-trip time, or RTT, is the time required for data to travel to the destination and for an acknowledgement to come back. In this example, TCP is allowed to have approximately 64 kilobytes in transit during each 100 millisecond interval. Now let's convert that into a transfer rate. Since 100 milliseconds is 1/10 of a second, there are 10 such intervals in 1 second. If approximately 64 kilobytes can be in transit during each interval, then in 1 second, TCP can transfer roughly 640 kilobytes per second. Network speeds are usually measured in bits per second rather than bytes per second. Since 1 byte contains 8 bits, 640 kilobytes times 8 equals 5,120 kilobits per second, which is approximately 5 megabits per second. Think about what this means. 1 gigabit per second capacity versus 5 megabits per second actual. You might have a network capable of delivering 1 gigabit per second. It looks powerful. There may be no congestion. The routers may be functioning perfectly. The switches may be functioning perfectly. The links may have plenty of available bandwidth. Yet TCP could still be limited to roughly 5 megabits per second because only a small amount of data is allowed to remain in transit at one time. The network is not the bottleneck. The receive window is. This is exactly the problem window scaling was designed to solve. Instead of redesigning the TCP header and making the window size field larger, TCP introduces something called a window scale factor. You can think of the scale factor as a multiplier. The window size field still carries a value, but TCP applies a multiplier to determine the actual amount of data that can remain in transit. For example, suppose the receiver advertises a window value of 65,535 bytes. If the negotiated scale factor is 3, the effective receive window becomes 8 times larger. Instead of roughly 64 kilobytes, the sender can now keep approximately 512 kilobytes of data in transit. Let's look at a bigger example. Suppose the scale factor is 7. A scale factor of 7 means the advertised value is multiplied by 128. Now the effective receive window becomes approximately 8 megabytes. Compare that with the original 64 kilobytes limit. The difference is massive. Instead of allowing only a small amount of data onto the network, TCP can keep several megabytes in flight. The sender spends less time waiting for acknowledgements. It is highly efficient. more information continues moving through the network efficiently. Available bandwidth can be utilized much more efficiently. At this point, you may be wondering how both devices agree on the scale factor. This happens during the TCP three-way handshake. When a device supports window scaling, it includes a window scale option inside the SYN packet. It's negotiated here. The other side can also advertise its own scale factor in the SYN-ACK packet. After the handshake completes, both devices know how future window size values should be interpreted. An important detail is that the scale factor is negotiated only once during connection establishment. It stays the same. After the connection is created, the value remains fixed for the lifetime of that session. It cannot be changed later for the rest of the connection. Another common question is, what happens if one side supports window scaling and the other side does not? In that situation, window scaling is simply not used. The TCP connection continues to function normally. However, both devices fall back to the traditional maximum receive window of 65,535 bytes. This ensures compatibility with older systems that do not support the feature. So let's summarize the key points we've learned. The TCP window size field is limited to 16 bits, allowing a maximum advertised value of approximately 64 kilobytes. On modern high-speed networks, that limitation can significantly reduce performance because only a small amount of data can remain in transit at any given moment. Window scaling solves this problem by applying a multiplier to the advertised value, allowing a much larger effective receive window without changing the TCP header structure. The scale factor is negotiated during the TCP three-way handshake and remains fixed throughout the session. By allowing more data to remain in flight, TCP can make far better use of modern high-speed networks. And that's exactly why window scaling became one of the most important enhancements ever added to TCP. Thanks for watching this video. You can reach us through Instagram and Telegram for mock interview scheduling and network interview guidance. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, happy learning.